Woosa, wake up South Africa. You've been sleeping far too long. Wake up South Africa. Now come along and sing this song. Wake up South Africa.
Thank you all so much for joining us today. Today we have a very wonderful guest joining us, His Holiness Bhakti Charadeshna Swami, who is a traveling preacher, a sannyasi, and an initiating guru in ISKCON. Maharaj met the devotees in his country of birth, Cote d'Ivoire, in 1987 and joined the temple later that year after receiving a copy of the Science of Self-Realization from a Sankirtan devotee. He was initiated by His Holiness Bhaktitirtha Swami in 1989 and received his second initiation in 1995. Maharaj served as a temple president in Cote d'Ivoire in the same year and has been traveling and preaching in places such as Togo, Nigeria, Ghana, Benin, South Africa, Mauritius, as well as India since 2010. We have the wonderful blessing of having such amazing association today, and I hope we all take advantage of Maharaj's association.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Again, thank you very much for inviting me on this wonderful platform. Woosa, wake up South Africa. Wake up Africa. Oh, I guess they wake up the whole world, not only South Africa. Everyone is sleeping. Yeah. So the topic is the gift, of Srila Prabhupada. Yes, the gift of Srila Prabhupada. Actually, it's a very nice topic. See, during on the occasion of Diksha ceremony, initiation ceremony, it is said that the spiritual master gave to the disciple the most valuable gifts to the disciple. Yeah. That the parents, the mother and the father, they can never give. They cannot even think of giving that valuable gifts during initiation. And what is that? It is this this is Japa bead. This is the most wonderful gift that the spiritual master give to his disciple. Actually, it is it's a lifetime gift, because that gift is the key to Goloka Dham. That gift. Our parents, they give us biscuits, they give us money, they give us many things, but they cannot give this gift, the key to Goloka, the Japa bead. Similarly, we have many leaders in the society now, today. They are proposing many things, building schools, building hospitals, doing all kind of welfare activities, so many things. They are trying to make this life better. But it's not enough. So, as I said, similarly, Srila Prabhupada gave the most valuable gift to mankind. Yeah, the most valuable gift to mankind. What is that? Is Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is not just a religion. People think that, okay, Hare Krishna movement is another religion. Religion is something we can attend and we can join and also live. Yeah. But our natural and original status as Jiva Atmas, we cannot change it. I can decide to be Christian today, tomorrow a Muslim, no, and again a Buddhist, like that. But what I cannot change is my eternal and natural constitution. Jivera Swarup A Krishna Nitadas. That is our original and natural position. So we didn't know. So Krishna consciousness is the package. It's a package. Everything is in Krishna consciousness. Just like when you go to the shop and buy a mobile phone, it's there in the carton. Everything is there. The mobile phone is there. The charger is there. So many things. It's a package. So Krishna consciousness is the package, and that is the most valuable gift that Srila Prabhupada gave to the human society. In fact, many times Srila Prabhupada said that the only lack in this human society is God consciousness. Yes, we have many things, but what is lacking? What is missing? The missing link is God consciousness. Because the modern society, when you say modern, means artificial. It is artificial. It is not natural. And anything not natural, not which is not natural, brings side effects. Yeah. So our different sufferings are just side effects of our so-called material progress. He said also that we claim to be sisters and brothers, but we is our common father. When you see a lady, you say my sister. When you see a man, you say my brother. All African, we call ourselves brothers. We are all Africans, so we are all brothers and sisters. Again, in a large dimension also, Europeans, Americans, and Indians, we are all human beings. That way, we are all brothers and sisters. Fine. Well, what is the father? What is daddy? We are brothers and sisters. What is daddy? Daddy is not there. When there is no unity. That's why we are quarreling, we are fighting, we are having so much disturbances. Why? Because the common object that bring us together, which is God, is not there. So that gift Prabhupada allow us to have in this society is very, 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 very important. Krishna consciousness is the package. When you look at the pranam mantra of Srila Prabhupada itself, Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saravas Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Nirvisesa Sunyavadi. If you read the translation of the meaning of this pranam, Nirvisesa Sunyavadi means he came to the Western countries to eradicate the impersonalism and Buddhism. So before Prabhupada arrived, the whole world was empty, completely empty. Impersonalism and Buddhism, nothing. No? So people were trying to do so many things. Srila Prabhupada said 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0. 1,000 of 0 means 0. 0. But if you have so many 0 and in front of all these zeros you put 1, then the zeros have value. So before Prabhupada came, the impersonalism and the bodhism, they were like 0, many 0. 0 plus 0 means 0. No matter how calculation you make, multiply it or addition it, it becomes 0. Because 0 means 0, nothing. Yeah, so the gifts that he brought to us is is eye-opening. Eye-opening, and like he broke the gates, that in our heart that was preventing us to catch that gift. It locked in our heart. So he broke that gate and allow us to understand that the gift is there. We must take it. So the Prabhupada, he was not trying to bring another religion. As I said, we cannot create religion. Dharma, the Sanskrit word dharma is like for instance, the dharma of fire, like the fire is hot, bring heat. The dharma of water is liquidity. The dharma of sugar is it's sweet. Salt is salty. So we can never have gonna say this sugar is salty. No. So our original dharma is to worship God. Yes. And when we don't do that, we try to approach it in different ways, whether Christian, Catholic, Assembly of God, Buddhist, whatever, to go to the direction of that Sanatana Dharma. Yes, it's the original religion. The religion of the soul. So, Srila Prabhupada, actually, the real meaning of Om Jnanam Timinadas Jana Jana Salakaya. Om Jnanam Timinadas Jana Jana Salakaya. I was born in the darkest region, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with the touch of knowledge. Om Ajnanam. Ajnana means no knowledge. So the duty of the spiritual master is to open our eyes for us to be able to see the truth, the absolute truth. So Srila Prabhupada did that. You actually open our eyes. When Srila Prabhupada, before he comes, like say, majority of people were blind, either fully blind or half blind. Fully blind or half blind. Well, half blind better than fully blind, but still they're blind. Almost 80%, 80% of people, either they are atheists or impersonalists. Yes. Even the religion that we have now, they're supposed to be personalist religion, but they have an impersonal approach. When you ask them who is God, they cannot really describe who God is. How does it look like? What does it live? What is his form? What is his entourage? We know the house of our father. We know the house of our prime minister, our head of state. No, but we don't know the house of God, our father, our original father. But it's there. Everything is there. It's revealed in the book written by Srila Prabhupada. Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavad Gita, everything is there. Yeah, so people were either atheists or impersonalists. I mean, God realization was never complete. People make noise from morning till evening. God, 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 but actually nobody knows who God is really. His entourage, his form, his name, his abode. Nobody knew. So the three levels of God realization, Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. So majority of people were struggling at the level of Brahman. Brahman, the personal Brahman. Better one, the yogis, they are at the level of Paramatma realization. But Bhagavan, to have a direct contacts with the Supreme Lord. And in fact, many religions today say that if you see God, you die. It's not possible to see God. How do you see your father and you die? What is the meaning of that? It's like a lion or a tiger, and you see him, you kill him and eat you, no? Because there is no access of having the form of God. But we can have it in the Srimad Bhagavatam. When the Srila Prabhupada one time asked, was in Gurukula with some, got some visits from Mayavadis. So he asked them, yes, my dear, how do you describe God? So they were trying to, speak in a way to confuse Srila Prabhupada, not saying clearly who God is. How does it look like? So Srila Prabhupada asked one Gurukula boy, 5 years old boy, okay, tell me who God is. Then the boy said, Krishna is God. That's all, simple. Yeah. So how to connect, to reconnect with Krishna, with God. That is what Prabhupada brought this world. Before he came, they were like plants without sufficient water, without sufficient watering, without sufficient lights, without sufficient sunlight. So the plant was, fading and dying. So with the knowledge, with the message of Srila Prabhupada, now the whole world starts getting life again. Before he arrives in America, we really have many versions of Bhagavad Gita, many versions. But these Bhagavad Gitas, they were having an impersonal approach. Everything is there in that Bhagavad Gita, in those Bhagavad Gitas, except Krishna. Can you imagine? Bhagavad Gita. This means the Son of God, the Song of God. But everything is in that Bhagavad Gita. Only God is not there. Like you are a boss, you are a head of a family, that you are not allowed to stay in your own house. Your wife is there, your children is there, but you are not allowed to stay in your own house. The Bhagavad Gita, personal Bhagavad Gita, there is no Krishna inside. See, so that's why he wrote Bhagavad Gita as it is. The real Bhagavad Gita, the original Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita that gives the full meaning of that, it's the title itself, Bhagavad Gita, Gita, song of Bhagavat, or song of God. So today we can clearly, describe the spiritual world. Yes, we are here in South Africa, in Africa, in Cote d'Ivoire, Japan, in America, in Europe, in France, where we can describe how the kingdom of God look like. Yeah. I went to South Africa many times, so I can describe some places like Sandton, like Johannesburg, like Lenasia, like Pretoria, like Soweto. Yeah, because I went there. The images, the picture is very clear in my mind here. So if I want to go to South Africa, I know my way. Many people are claiming to go, to preparing to go to Goloka, the kingdom of God, but they don't know the direction. If they reach some place, I don't know. Maybe they will reach Indraloka, you drink one glass of Somaras, and they sleep, they think that's Goloka. Huh? So Prabhupada really revealed all these things to us. And above all, he revealed something very, very, very important. Without that, there is no question of spiritual life. What's that? This is our real identity. Aham Brahmasmi. The opposite is Ahmameti. Aham Brahmasmi. Yeah. People are facing so many things. Fear, envy, lust, greed. So many bad qualities. Why? Simply because they think I'm the body. And I must take care of my body to the maximum. Because the only thing I have is my body. I must take care of it nicely. So if someone has one piece of, one grain of rice more than me, I must be ready to fight because my life is in danger, because I need to protect my body. I think I'm the body. Yes. But when we know that you are the soul, and actually the soul is described in the Bhagavad Gita nicely, chapter 2, that the soul cannot be killed, the soul cannot be burned by fire, cannot be wet by water, cannot be dry by the wind. So actually the soul is above this material energy. So when we know our real entity that we cannot die, then automatically Baya will disappear. Srila Prabhupada's name is Abhaya Charanavinda. Abhaya. The Baya is one of the thing that's disturbing the six enemies of the mind. Baya is there. And greed. Why we are so greedy? Because we are seeking pleasure in a wrong direction. So the more we accumulate material objects, the more we become frustrated. Fish in the water can be happy only when it's dead. And when you remove the fish from his natural environment, no matter what pleasure you give the fish, he will suffer. You know? So before that, we don't know. And if we don't know ourselves, then how can we know our Father? If I ask you, why you say, I'm sorry, I don't know. You don't know, then you cannot know your father, you cannot know your mother, you cannot know your country you're coming from. This is the beginning. Actually, the beginning of spiritual life means to know ourselves. But we have so many spiritual organizations, so many. But very, very, very rare. Those who really know the real identity. And also, Srila Prabhupada help us to, understand, change our way of eating. Many people, let's say 99% think that, okay, eating meat, no problem. Drinking, actually allowing our mind to grab anything, anyhow, anytime. That was pleasure. What you call pleasure means whatever my desire wants me to do, I must satisfy it. And that was, we call that pleasure. No break. So Srila Prabhupada revealed about something about that is called mind. Otherwise, people think our suffering is the cause of is due to demon, to Satan. We are innocent, no problem. If I smoke, it is the demon of cigarettes that enters my body. Otherwise, myself, I don't smoke. Okay, I don't do that. But Srila Prabhupada revealed that no. Actually, the question Arjuna asked Krishna, what is pushing human being to commit sin as if they were forced to? It's Bhagavad Gita 3:36. And Krishna replied, no, it is lost only, which is devastating and destroying the knowledge. And that lost karma is residing in the mind, the intelligence, and the senses. It's not a demon. It's not Satan. It is lost. It's residing in the mind, the intelligence, and the senses. So by using, actually, we are at war. So Srila Prabhupada is so kind that he revealed the hiding place of our enemy. If I'm fighting with somebody, and at least I know where my enemy is heading, the battle is won at 50% at least. But nowadays, you are fighting with somebody and you start hearing shooting some bullets from many places. You don't know where that person is. How can you discern yourself? Up, down, left, right. Bombarded with many bullets. You don't know where your enemy is. But if you know where the enemy is, just go there and just crush him. That's all. So these are things that it's just like in Mahabharata, because they were having Krishna as a friend. They overcome all the obstacles. So many obstacles. Actually, technically speaking, Arjuna, was supposed to be killed by the Kauravas. But because he was having Krishna by his side, all the obstacles, he overcome them at the mercy of Krishna. Yes, okay. And we can also, if you look at the books of Srila Prabhupada, there's, for instance, Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is kind of like a solution of all our material problems in this world. When I used to go to school before, when you pass an exam, for instance, 2021, there is an exam, and 2022, the correction of that exam, they make a book, so students can know what was the past exam. It's the same thing also. This life we are living now, it is like exams we have done before. And the solution, all the solution, economic, health, everything is already there in Bhagavad Gita. For instance, if you want to know something about gastroenterology, things about eating, you can go to the Bhagavad Gita 15:14. It is described the science of the digestive system. Yeah, Bhagavad Gita 15:14. He said that even Krishna is staying in our stomach as what is his name? Jantagni. Krishna is there in our stomach, helping us to digest the food we eat. Okay, is there. If you want to learn anything about psychophysiology, in the study of the body and the mind, then you have to check with Bhagavad Gita 3:42. Everything about mind and body. Bhagavad Gita 3:42. If you want to study the health science, you can get that in Bhagavad Gita. chapter 6, text 16 to 17. The science of health, good health. If you want to know meteorology, then you can read Bhagavad Gita also, 3:14. Actually, it is said that from the Jagya of the Brahmanas, or let's say human beings, then the demigod are happy. When they are happy, they shower rain. Rain comes through Jagya actually. Rain does not come by artificial means. If you want to study also the astronomy science, then you can check on Bhagavad Gita 8:16, the study of life of the other planets. Before we used to think that God created the heart and the sky. That's all. When we were young, but so many other planets, so many universes actually, not only planets, so many universes. From Srimad Bhagavatam, we can know that the universe come out from the pores of Mahavishnu, and in one universe we have so many planets, so many planets. Not only the high planet, that which the smallest. If you want to study also sociology, then we check Bhagavad Gita 4:13. We study the science of social organization, how to organize the society, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, like that. Everything is there. So people are surprised by what they do. They see, they saw something, and they are surprised by what they are reaping. How can you be surprised? You saw in beans, and you are surprised that, oh, there is beans on my field. How can you be surprised? Must be surprised. So in the society, people are doing, are putting so many action, and when the reaction comes, they are surprised. No. So the study of the social organization. Don't wait until things become worse, and you go and meet a psychologist, or go and meet a doctor, or go and meet this and that person. Everything is already there. Perfect social organization. Bhagavad Gita. Now, if you want to know the science of, dietetics, how to eat nicely, it's there also in Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita describes the different type of foods, different modes, the foods that destroy our health, destroy the food that make us gloomy, the food that make us alive, joyful, happy, healthy, strong. Is that Bhagavad Gita? Can you check Bhagavad Gita, chapter 17, text 8, 9, 10. The food of the mood of ignorance, passion, and goodness. Then also, if you want to check the atomic science, physics, you can check Bhagavad Gita 8, 9. The science of the stars. Everything is there. Everything is there. Everything is there in the Bhagavad Gita. So the gifts, when you say Prabhupada give us the gifts of Prabhupada, it's not just a small gift. It's a very big, it's a very, 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 very valuable gift that nobody else can give. Yeah. So last time, 2 days ago, was the Srila Prabhupada appearance day. So I think many people, they try to speak about the importance of, actually Prabhupada means the master to whom other masters take shelter. Prabhupada. Hare Krishna Mataji, is there time for question or just?
Yes, Maharaj, you just have about 5 minutes before we can end with the class, and then we can take questions thereafter.
Yeah. Yes. So just to summarize, we got very, 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 very important gifts that I mentioned. The gift that can change our life from material life to spiritual life, from zero to hero. This is the gift Srila Prabhupada gave us. Then we cannot get it elsewhere. I was reading one of the check. Guru Govinda Maharaj, he wrote something interesting in one of his books. He said, actually, he has 3 missions. His mission is 3 things to do to establish the truth. He was saying that some people, it's painful to see that people are living ISKCON. Sorry, check here. Yeah. Yes, he's surprised and shocked that people are leaving ISKCON. So he wants to preach to the preachers. And he wants to make people know that everything is in ISKCON. No need to go elsewhere to find better things. Everything is already in ISKCON. Yeah. So if we are fortunate enough, we have to really take full shelter of ISKCON, of Srila Prabhupada, and with the blessing of the Guru Paramparam, we'll be able to stay aloof of all material entanglements, material attacks, and we'll live this life materially happy and also spiritually happy. Actually, this is the meaning of life. It's not because we are spiritualists or devotees that we just neglect the material aspects. Yes, material aspect is the consequence of our healthy spiritual life. If our spiritual life is okay, then naturally our material life follows nicely. Yeah. So we have to make sure that everything is here in ISKCON. No need to take advantage. It's like one of the prayer, the second prayer of Shistaka. We are Durdevam. The holy names, holy names, very potent. No rules to change them. But our problem is that we are fortunate. We don't know the value, so we don't take advantage. Same thing also, yes, the 3 mission of Guru Govinda Maharaj said to preach to the preachers. I have too much pain when devotees fall and go away. 2, he said, to show that everything is in Srila Prabhupada book. It pains me when I hear that Srila Prabhupada give only ABC. I want to make them silent. And 3, say, to show how everything is in ISKCON and devotees no need to go elsewhere for higher teachings. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you so much, Maharaj, for such an amazing talk. If anything, you've just reminded me of how fortunate I am and we are for this wonderful gift of Krishna consciousness that your Prabhupada has given to us. So thank you so much for that, Maharaj. So devotees, if anybody has questions, please, you can just raise your hand or just type it in the chat. So while we wait for people to ask some questions, I do have a question, Maharaj. So yes. My question is, what advice do you have in order for one to have consistency in spiritual life?
Yeah. Which advice can I give to be consistent in our spiritual life? Yeah. First, we must develop strong faith. How to do that? We have to develop strong faith with quality association, qualitative association. You know, when you look at our yoga ladder, bhakti ladder, from Shraddha to Prema, the beginning is Shraddha, but Shraddha faiths need to be developed. Shraddha is like a flame, like a candle flame. Candle flame cannot do anything. Can we cook with candle? Can we cook rice, sabji, chapati, everything with candle lights? No. Too very small. You need a bigger fire to do that. So our small faiths, Lolika Shraddha, need to be developed with those who have bigger faiths than us. That is called Sadhu Sangha. Yeah. So Sadhu Sangha also means there are two ways. You can have a bad Sadhu, it says Sadhu Sangha, which means the opposite is Asat Sangha. Even among devotees must select those devotees who are, very enthusiastic to progress. Then that way, your faith that you had before can keep it first, keep it, and increase it and develop it. So the faith is developed through association and knowledge. When your faith is very strong, it becomes fixed. Then from there, you can think of moving. At least try to be fixed. It's called nishta, no? Has to be fixed. Because if a tree who does not have solid roots deep down in the heart can easily be uprooted. A small wind, then the tree will fall. So you must have solid roots. The roots, what are the roots? There was strong sadhana. Good japa, qualitative hearing, qualitative association, qualitative prasad, everything quality. Any mistake somewhere, destroy the whole system. Yeah. So need to be strong in every aspect. It's mostly our sadhana. Sadhana is just watering of the seed. Bhaktilata Bij, the seed of devotional kripa. Let's water it every day and make sure we remove the anattas, the weeds that can prevent the principal plants to grow. Yes. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Yes, perfect. Thank you so much. I see Sabyasachi Prabhu has his hand up. You may go.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Maharaj, for that class and that transference of faith, in the gifts of Srila Prabhupada.
Yes.
You are speaking about getting the association of those persons with deep-rooted faith, and I'm experiencing it, and I have been since listening to your class. My question, Maharaj, is, what do we do or say to try and assist devotees when they consider ISKCON to be said authority figures in the institution and forget that the gifts Prabhupada has given are to us as individuals, that we should keep and maintain them without looking at persons who are in charge of certain aspects of the institution?
Yeah. Yes, this Srila, very good question. That is Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur mentioned many things about that before. You see, there is a difference between, we have to be careful that bureaucracy kills bhakti. Many times the Baba said that management, we need to manage our temples, fine. We need to manage the organization. That organization will be automatic when we have strong sadhana, we have healthy spiritual programs, then management will be automatic. But when we want to put management forward and neglect or not to give too much attention to Bhakti or sadhana, then we become confused. Then we see personal. We have interpersonal problems now. Oh, this person, that person. We become body conscious. We are supposed to rise above the physical body and see the soul. But we emphasize too much on the management, too much bureaucracy. Then we finish on, before you know, we are offending many people. We become frustrated, we make others frustrated, and the whole thing become a mess. Then again, we come back to our original mindset. This devotee from that country, this devotee from that area, this devotee from that dialect. But when we put too much emphasis on the practice, then automatically thing will move on nicely. So yes, we have GBCs there. We have on all temples. We have GBCs. We have organization. Yeah, we need to organize, fine, but we must also be careful not to exaggerate. When we exaggerate, then the management becomes the goal. When management becomes the goal, it is a failure already. It should be a means of attaining the goal. Management is not the goal. Not that wait at the end of the day, we clap. Oh, this Prabhuji, Mataji, you are nice management. Yes. We are managing what? Managing the society. What's the purpose of society? But gave us the purposes of ISKCON. The purposes must be achieved, not the style of management. Yeah, not the style of management. The goal is what is target? What is target? Understand? So no. The question is good because we have seen that many times people conflicts of interest in management in ISKCON. Conflict of interest. Some devotees leave. Some devotees become frustrated. Some devotees, so many things happen like that because of this management. Yeah. So, but it is at the same time individual and also collective. We must make individual effort and also collective effort. If the collective effort is not coming, then we must make sure we make individual effort to rise above. Actually, Srila Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur told Prabhupada, look, when I will leave the planet, my house will be in fire. My house will be in fire. Some of my disciples would like to take my shoe. Some will occupy my room. Some would like to take my glass, my physical property. But few ones will consider the goal, the vanity, the mission. And you don't mix with them. Anytime you have money, try to print books and go preach in America. That's what Prabhupada did. That's why Prabhupada is very successful. Yeah. So you should not be too much trapped. It is which management, which I'm not saying you should not manage, but too much management, too much bureaucracy kills that. Okay? Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Maharaj. Are there any more questions, devotees? Let's just take a look. Okay, more questions. So, Maharaj, thank you so much for such an amazing class. I think we've all benefited very greatly from the class, and we'll walk away feeling grateful for this gift Prabhupada has given to us. So thank you so much, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So I'll just be going through some announcements. So I'm just going to paste some of the links here of the announcements to follow, just for the ease of access. So Maharaj can be found at Charideshna.das on Facebook, where you can like and follow his page accordingly. Please kindly visit, like, and share and follow WUSA on social media platforms. That includes Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at the handle at WUSA108. And please help us reach 1,000 follows and subscriptions. We thank you for your continued support. The morning Japa sessions are on every morning from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. Standard South African time. Details around the daily program will be communicated in the WUSA weekly WhatsApp group, as I've linked in the chat. Next, the Books Are the Basis book club is up and running. So please join in every Thursday for an evening packed with reading and sharing of realizations via Zoom. Also, we have our Heart to Heart Vaishnavi Circle, which is happening every Friday from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. Standard South African time, hosted by Her Grace Mother Rajlila, which features various senior Vaishnavi speakers via Zoom. Once again, please visit www.wusa.online to find out more. Next, please register for the CKC Cubed Kavya Corner Poetry and Creativity Workshop. Visit www.wusa.online on the Arts and Craft at WUSA, at House of WUSA page, and click on the event banner to register. I've also linked that in the chat. The Creative Krishna Conscious Content Creators Program is an international collaborative effort through Quiddity Concept Magazine via a Creatives Helping Creatives network, which is a Preaching Through Empowerment initiative. You are welcome to join in on the ongoing discussions every Wednesday as shared on the WUSA website at www.wusa.online/campaign as we work towards developing ideas geared towards inclusively sustainable growth. You can also visit change.org and follow WUSA on the campaign titled Allow Devotees of ISKCON South Africa a voice in solving existing racial imbalances, to proper familiarize yourself with the WUSA effort. Now observing the latest developments around the reconstitution of the National Council following our initial cited discussions. Next, you are invited to join the WUSA weekly WhatsApp group via the link at www.wusa.online to receive regular activity updates as well as communication. Please note this group is for quick announcements and will not be used for spam. Only admins can post. And lastly, please visit our Sunday morning inspiration page on the WUSA website and let us know what classes, talks, and discussions you may be interested in having, or if you may wish to hear from a particular speaker so that we may try and serve you to your satisfaction. So as I've mentioned, I have put all the links in the chat for you guys to have a look at. So yes, thank you all so much for joining us on these wonderful Sunday inspiration programs. It's so wonderful. And we hope to see you next week. Please have a wonderful Sunday and a great week ahead. Hare Krishna.